For you, the day you played Street Fighter, the movie, the game, was the most miserable day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. Did we mention Jean-Claude Van Damme? It's pretty important that we mention him. Welcome to Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Finally, a Street Fighter game developed by a studio in the United States. The great state of Illinois, to be precise. A group called Incredible Technologies worked on this one, and they went through hell to get it done. Actors not being available, thinking current actors wouldn't be available, but they actually were. Actors wanting no part of this, so they left the set before development, or at least scanning on the game, could begin. And actors just straight up passing on, leaving this mortal coil before they could even model. So yeah, Street Fighter, the movie, the game, that's not even getting into the gameplay itself. And yeah, I'm not going to annoy you with that sound too much. Okay, maybe I will. I have to set on free play anyway, so I don't need to do that. So, we have some notable omissions. T-Hawk, DJ, Blanca. Does anyone really care? You know who we're playing. We're playing the Dragon Man. And why do I call him the Dragon Man? Because Capcom, despite having a Street Fighter arcade cabinet for the actors to properly emulate the mouth noises necessary for Tatsumaki Senpukyaku, Shoryuken, Hadouken. No. Instead, you get Dragon! That goes to show the amount of care that went into this game and how much it completely took the actors off guard. Where, oh, you're going to star in a video game movie, but you're also going to star in a movie-based video game. Sound good? But this game has systems. Not exactly the kind of systems you would expect. For example, there is an emphasis on juggling. Don't expect me to do much juggling. Also expect me to wake up DP a lot, because it's Ken's best option. Special moves can kind of be canceled into one another. Oh yeah! Exploding life bars. That's how you know this game's American. I'm trying to remember what Incredible Technologies worked on. I think they were the team behind the wonderfully well-regarded Time Killers. And I believe that Capcom executives were at the trade show where Time Killers was demonstrated and said, hey, you guys want to work on Street Fighter 3? Yes, really. Incredible Technologies was going to get the third chapter, hence why Street Fighter 3 was kind of in limbo for a while. Because not even Capcom knew how Street Fighter 3 was going to go. But we have most of the actors on board for this project. Especially Cammy. When this game was in development, the team at Incredible Technologies was not 100% certain if they had Cammy's actress Kylie Minogue on board. So they got a stand-in to do some modeling and animation. Without realizing, Kylie Minogue contacted them and said, sure, I can do that, no problem. But there's a really good old Shoryuken article by one Alan Noon who goes over a lot of his experience on the sheer disaster piece that was Street Fighter the movie, the game, and how hard it was to bring it all together. The team had no access to their workstations. They were busy in Australia where the movie was being filmed. Australia was pretty much the place they had to go just to get the digitized graphics going. But they had to wait until they got back to Chicago to actually start working on the game. So that means for a while, there are things that, there are entire characters they had to scrap. There were many ideas thrown about. Shenlong was going to be a character, you know, that April Fool's joke, or Ryu's, you must defeat Shenlong to stand a chance. They had a Shenlong. They had a Shenlong with, like, icky dragon makeup. I'm pretty sure Mega Man was supposed to be a character in this supposed Street Fighter 3 before Capcom told them, okay, it's actually Street Fighter the movie. Like, abandon all hope. But this game's just fascinating to me. It's not the Street Fighter that you're used to. The controls and game feel of it is overall tighter. Also, Vega's gonna be a bit of a pain today. I'm gonna have to ground him. Also, I love that you're bounced against the wall, so your super doesn't work properly. So, mechanics. You'll notice that my life bar has a danger blinking on it sometimes. You can essentially survive a mortal wound sometimes with like 1 HP, but after that last hit, that's it. Like, notice that last Dragon Punch could have killed him, but it left him at 1 HP. So I needed one more hit to get the job done. It's kind of a system to try to prevent you from just getting cheesed out by, like, long combos, but A, this game doesn't really subscribe to the idea of long combos. B, there are ways to get around it anyway. Ah. Perfect. But net positives, the actors who played Honda and Chun-Li, Alan Noon was said that the actors were absolute pleasures to work with. And some were more trained than others. They had somewhat of a martial arts background, like a character we will get to here later on. So it did make filming a lot easier. However, some of the actors had no prior martial arts training. Some of them relied on their stuntmen to get the job done. Hence why moves seem a little weird and far less dynamic. Like Honda, for example. You know that Oicho throw where he flips onto his butt and slams down on you? No. Honda just slams you down twice. Because that's how that be. Also, you gotta love when you're stunned while in danger, basically meaning, well, you're dead, but the opponent gets to choose how you die. Also, from my practice runs, Balrog has been the biggest problem. A, he's incredibly aggressive. He will throw out charge punches like no one's business. Even better, there is a throw counter system, by the way. Even better, he can actually reflect fireballs by just blocking them normally. It's kind of a parry timing thing. I don't know how I didn't die from that super. It sort of has timing behind it, but if you block it at the right time, Balrog can just reflect it. Don't ask me why! He's like the only character in the game that can do this, but he can do it. Also, occasionally, you'll see numbers float above his head. Instead of actually counting numbers for his turn punches, you just see them. Oh, thank God. Thank God for stun. So stun kind of works weirdly, where it builds up, and goes down by like 1 tick per in-game second, which means Slam Master! Which means you are going to see a lot more stun, especially off of super. Hence why I'm using it a lot more. I'm so happy I have a Slam Master recorded. I don't have to explain it. So, throwing in this game is really weird, because you can throw escape, but every character against them has their own unique button combination. Like, some might be up and heavy punch, some might be up and medium kick, but that's not good enough. They can reversal your counter throw, and then you can reversal their reversal, but it's not the same motion. Honestly, asking questions about this game is just inviting headaches and a half. Okay. That was just me standing up. I don't care. Hello, Blade. So speaking of Alan Noon, the guy who worked on this game, when they needed an extra character to fill in the slots that couldn't be filled by, say, Fei Long, Dalsim, or Blanca, or T-Hawk, Alan Noon suited up and did all of the animations for this character, who's basically in one of Bison's spare Shadaloo suits. Like, he's a Shadaloo soldier, and they palette swap the heck out of him. Like, there's like 2 or 3 secret characters? Don't know their names off the top of my head. I think one of them's Arcane, and the other's like Kyber, or not Cyber, but like Cyber spelled with a K. Can you guess what game we're trying to emulate with this? Like, obviously, Capcom looked at the success of Mortal Kombat and realized that that style was, a really appealing look. Well, we know next to nothing about it, and we have no idea what makes Mortal Kombat popular. So we gotta follow the leader? Alright. So Ryu is also a bit of a nuisance. His light dragon punch is actually invincible to fireballs. Because that's what Ryu needs. I knew you'd throw a fireball. At least supers have priority 9 times out of 10. It's different inputs every time. Okay. Ah, I was going for another. Got greedy. Fierce Dragon Punch every time. If you thought Ken was flowcharty before, uh-oh. You need to get closer to me. Well, that was a bad idea. Alright. Start. Ken versus Ryu. Round 1. Fight. So this game moves a bit faster than your average Street Fighter game. Oh my god, the amount of Dragon Punches here. God, they're so much more instantaneous with that DP than I am. Yep. I have the better Dragon Punch. Why do you get invincibility from fucking Startup? And you beat out mine, too. Okay. Alright. 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 I see how it is. I see what we're dealing with here. Can't even do it on... It wouldn't be a run with Street Fighter 2 characters if Ryu wasn't my brick wall. Yep! Juggling with Tatsu. Gotta love it. Gotta slow down the pace a bit. I love throw counters. Because it's something you may not be privy to, but the computer sure is. Oh my god! Game doesn't know the difference between fireball and uppercut. The tightness of the inputs here is what's gonna kill you. Because you're used to the grace period of normal Street Fighter, but nah, that does not exist. Oh my god, my super is just downright worthless. There we go! Gotta mix up my fireballs once in a while. Okay. I am just holding back. Son of a bitch. Well, look at that! The computer was also demonstrating a combo exhibition. Gotta love it! Alright. The deal is, I know when to put on the brakes, because I know when the CPU's being pissy. Because it's got that Super Turbo AI inside of it, where even if you change the difficulty of the arcade cabinet, it eventually just reverts to its default. The only thing the difficulty does is determine how many mistakes they'll make. And eventually, when you start going up the arcade ladder, those mistakes become minimal and infrequent. Also, you gotta love our Dragon Punches going through one another. Truly the mark of a great Street Fighter game. Oh my god. Please get hit. Fuck! Fuck! We're gonna be here a while. No meters? No problem. So occasionally you'll get random cheats if you press, like, the start button before you select your character. I don't know what they do. They don't seem to work as advertised. Just a little haha from the developers. Oh my god, I can't work. Tried to do super. Nope. Game set no. I don't know the Ryu input because that would require doing research on this game. And no, I have better things to do in current year. Stop countering me! God! Meters off. Who needs meters? Just play the game as is. There we go. By the way, I'm still susceptible to life bars and supers and whatnot. It's just I can't see my meter, so... Just throw caution to the wind. What's the worst that could happen? Fuck! I hate throwing in this game. It's just basic Street Fighter rule. You escape the throw. You don't counter a throw. Why? Why is that system in the game? There we go. Sagat. If you thought Ryu was bad... Faster fireballs, more frequent uppercuts, and a brand new move altogether that I'm hoping we don't get to see. Oh god, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. Ken! Buddy! Just hit all your uppercuts. I'm not asking you to do a 10-point dive. I'm asking you to combo your uppercuts. I didn't even know I was in danger. But yeah, Sagat's another character that just has all the offensive tools he needs to completely murder you. Faster than you can say bison dollar. Damn it.
Ken versus Sagat. Round 1, fight! Hurricane!
That's the one! So, he has... Sagat is not scarred underneath that eye. He possesses a special laser underneath his eye that blinds you and leaves you open to extra attacks. Because if there's one thing Sagat needed more of, it's offense.
Round 2, fight! Hurricane!
That's a Mortal Kombat move waiting to happen. Also, I'm getting fucked up right now. It's fine. All part of the process. It's all part of the learning process, never to play this game.
Ken versus Sagat.
But here I am.
Round 1, fight! Hurricane! Counter.
Stop countering me! So annoying.
Sagat. Win. Round 2. Fight. Hurricane. Dragon.
Okay. Oh, I could just block that standing, no problem. Alright, I can't. Don't jump in on Sagat.
Counter.
Oh my god! Yay, crowd applause. I don't know why I'm not picking my character.
Ken versus Sagat. Round 1. Fight. Hurricane. Dragon. Hadouken. Counter.
Again, how would you feel about a fighting game where you can break it, but you need to know the combination? You need to have knowledge. You need to have knowledge on what to break and what buttons break. The mark of a good fighting game. Like, this game is bad. Do not get me wrong. But it's a case study. It's a how to not fighting games.
Ken versus Sagat.
We're gonna be here until we do it. If you stick with me, I'll stick with you. Get this done. You can move on to playing things that are fun. Oh yeah, that's completely unblockable. Gotta love it. Fuck! Just Dragon Punch. It's not that hard. Well, actually it is. It requires startup and all that. No matter what you do, they've got the answer. Fuck my face! I can't stop him! Meters off, who needs him? Just don't worry about your life bar. Don't worry about your life bar and it won't exist. See? Just don't worry. By the way, that was 6 times I tried to do super and it turned into Dragon Punch. Okay. Gonna relax. Thank you! So, Akuma, played by Ernie Reyes Sr. Akuma was not actually in the Street Fighter movie, but when Capcom gave them arcade cabinets with the fancy new Street Fighter 2, Incredible Technologies wanted some of this Akuma. So they got whatever stuntman they had on deck, and he became Akuma. Or at least their concept of Akuma. And yeah, this is the result. Who can look the least goofy doing the airplane pose when you teleport? You've got the job. Akuma is just as much of a nightmare as you've come to expect. Yeah, I ran out of luck there.
Ken versus Akuma. Round 1, fight! Hurricane! Dragon!
Gotta love how he just came out of hit stun of his fireball, but he could Dragon Punch, which means Akuma was safe on hit. Try not to think about it. I'm not.
Ken wins. Round 2.
It's not worth the brain capacity at this point.
Counter.
Hate throw counter systems. Like, it's one thing if you break the throw, but you get rewarded for it? What's the point of throwing? It's too much risk. By the way, that glowing red part, that was a Raging Demon. He can do that. It may not look like the Raging Demon you know, but trust me, it's there. I can't hit him now, by the way. Like, getting that last hit in this game is like pulling teeth. Speaking of pulling teeth, here is Raul Julia's stunt double playing Bison. Bison is the most unfun he has ever been to fight. Remember, he has electricity on his side, if you ever watched the movie. It moves bullet trains to Osaka. And it moves me. It does cool guy things. Getting pretty lucky. Nope, luck's running out. Shouldn't have said anything, should have just been on my way.
Counter.
Oh my god, Bison just refuses to fall down.
Ken versus Bison. Round 1, fight! Hurricane! Dragon! Dragon!
Oh god, that lightning move. So yeah, that lightning move, he usually combos out of it, into it, all over it. You're gonna be seeing that move a lot. Because it's his go-to for punishing anti-airs and just overall combo ending. That move hit me twice, which means it works as intended. And it hit behind him! How fun. Hey, light punch exploding life bars.
Counter.
Ow, ow. Hate this move so much. No, I have to play more.
Ken versus Bison.
We're almost at the end. The end of the tunnel is in sight. Nope. Fuck you and your lightning. What? Excuse me? Do I get to play at all? Sir, that was a 71 hit combo. That was to death. Are we playing Street Fighter or Marvel? Bison realized he was in an Arc Sys game and didn't have to care about the rules.
Ken versus Bison. Round 1, fight! Hurricane!
It's okay, Ken. I don't want super at all. You just do your shorty repa whenever you feel like it. I don't know the inputs. Why would I know that? Alright, this is a wash. The old M. Bison special. He gives you some leeway, he gives you some hope, and then he turns around and fucks you. They fuck you in the arcade. They fuck you, they fuck you, they fuck you in the arcade. And by the time you realize it, you've given the game $10. The second I stop dragon punching, the exact second. What an amazing video game. I still don't know how to counter because, God forbid it be intuitive. Also, you gotta love Bison's Hell Fist bouncing off you, thus making him safer. It really goes to show how the people at Incredible Technologies understood what made fighting games work. I don't know how I did it, but I'll take it. It's not worth thinking about. Okay. Okay. I really don't like this game. Like, any amount of fun you can have with it kind of ends. Don't care. Uh-oh, the game realized that it hasn't... The game realized that I could win the game. And then it fucks you. No protection. No condom. Straight raw.
Ken versus Bison. Round 1, fight!
The safety word is balls. Oh my god, one hit! One hit! My super is so shit.
Round 2, fight!
Okay.
Ken wins. Round 3, fight!
I don't want to throw him because I know what'll happen if I throw him. Fuck. I'll take it! Get fucked, Bison! Why couldn't we listen to this music in-game? This sounds nice. This sounds pretty good. Yes, thank God I don't have to play Street Fighter the movie, the game anymore. We can move on to more fun things, like... Alright. Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Because they made another game based off the Street Fighter movie. Oh!